here at, what was it, Mahogany Styles?
Mahogany Styles.
Yo, tell them what's going on right here. Y'all be doing this thing right here on the regular?
All day, 922 Big Bethel Road, Mahogany Styles.
Newport News, they for the people.
Nah, Hampton, Virginia.
Oh, this Hampton?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm backwards. We got to, then go there and street a little bit more. I'm in Newport. That's what's good.
Mahogany Styles.
Mahogany Styles in Hampton.
Newport News is Hampton. Take two.
That's what's
Childhood past is always with us. Our past is always in the relationships that we have. Okay? So this is somebody who goes to the movies with his girlfriend, and she's sitting right next to him, but he constantly looking at her other hand to make sure she ain't texting while the movie playing. Okay? Hyper vigilant for somebody to be doing something that they're not supposed to be doing. Okay? And trust is very important. Trust is very important because if you never trusted your mother, can you really trust that woman? If you didn't trust your father, could you really trust that man? And for women, you got to differentiate between fatherlessness and a father's rejection. They're different. Some women simply didn't have their father. That's fatherlessness. That's not a good thing, but it's not as bad as having him, but he rejected you. Okay? So this is like a woman who got a dad who wanted nothing to do with her. Totally rejected her, didn't want nothing to do with her life. She called on him, Daddy, let's build a relationship. The hell with you and your mother. Now that's father rejection. Fellas got to be very careful when you date a woman who was rejected by her father, because she has a degree of rage, a degree of anger, a degree of resentment that can sooner or later get thrown at you. Same thing with women. You dating a man, was he motherless or was he rejected by his mother? Mother sent him to go live with his grandmom. She ain't want nothing to do with him. You got to be careful, because soon when relationships problems begin, guess what? You get objectified as that mother or that father, and then all hell breaks loose. Okay? One of the biggest things I found with our relationships is that most of us ain't ready to stop being selfish. So I don't know why we in a relationship for. When you get into a relationship, you got to give up half of your independence. Not all of it. But you got to give up some of it. Most of us don't want to do that. We want to be the exact same person we were before we got into the relationship. That's not realistic. Used to hang out with your homies on the weekend. Well, you might get hang out on them Sunday, but you can't hang out with them Saturday because you got a queen now. Same thing with the ladies. But the problem is many of us don't want to give up some of those things we used to do to make the relationship work. Selfishness is at the core of why a lot of our relationships don't work. And then a lot of us suffer from post-traumatic relationship disorder. Not post-traumatic slavery. We all got that. I'm talking about post-traumatic relationship disorder. Now, what is post-traumatic relationship disorder? PTRD. This is when you was in a relationship for a long time. And long is relative. It could have been 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. It could have been 1 year if you loved deeply. And a relationship ended last week, but you out at the club this week. Male or female, you have to heal after a relationship, because when you deal with somebody and when you physically intimate like that, the souls come together. Oneness. The souls bond. So when y'all decide to cut that, you got to heal that spiritual wound, make it healthy so you can go out dating again. But that ain't what we do. Soon when one relationship over, we back out looking for another. As they say, fellas, what? The best way to get over a new love is with an old love. Excuse me, the best way to get over old love is with a new love. That's not really, it is psychologically true because out of sight, out of mind. But spiritually, that is incorrect. You know why? Because if I broke up with my wife 2 years ago, but I never got over the love, I never healed, and I ran right out there and started dating again, guess what? The minute she shows up, right where we left off, we will still be there. Even if I didn't see it for 5 years, that love I had when we cut will still be there because I didn't go through a healing process. Women do the same thing. Well, I'm going to date another guy to get over my ex. It ain't going to work, because soon when your ex walk into the room, the chemistry changes. And the guy you dating now can tell that something happened with him, because I'm feeling all types of stuff. You follow me? Your spidey senses start tingling, your nose start twitching. You're like, something about her and him, this done been here before. Okay? But why don't we take time to heal? We don't take time to heal because most of us have an issue with being alone. Most of us hate being alone. Can't stand it. And why do we hate being alone? Because when you're by yourself, your mind automatically brings to your consciousness all the things about your life that ain't right that you need to fix. There's nothing like solitude to remind you of what you need to be working on. And if you don't like being reminded by your subconscious about what you need to be fixing, the quickest way to deal with that is to do what? Go out and date. You use the relationship to distract you from your inner work that only you can do for yourself. Ladies, you ever have a girlfriend who was single? Or she may have not been single. But whenever work was over, she wanted to go out and get some drinks. And after y'all got the drink, she wanted to go shopping. And after y'all went shopping, she wanted to go eat. And after y'all wanted to go eat, she wanted to go to the movies. And after the movie, she wanted to go to get like, damn, do you ever go home? And why don't she go home? She said, because I'm bored. It ain't the boredom. It's not the boredom. It's the fact that when she go home and sit down and kick her feet up, she start thinking about all the stuff that she needs to fix. Same thing with the fellas. We always want to hang out with our homies. We don't want to be alone. Why? Because being alone means you got to look at yourself. Loneliness is the mirror. And if you got issues you don't want to work on, guess what? Being alone is not going to be your friend. But a person at peace can live alone all their life and be okay because they don't have issues that they need to work on. But when you have issues, you use relationships as a drug. Okay? And for many of us, relationships are just like alcohol, cigarettes, or weed. Whenever I start feeling down, I'll go get one. Okay? A lot of men are self-medicating with sex to deal with depression. Okay? That's a big issue with men. Okay? Now, on the surface, it looks like he a player, right? He a player, he a player, he a player. But beneath the surface, it ain't really that he playing. He's using sex to try to drown out his personal problems. Women can do that too. A lot of women, at some point in their life, they go through a promiscuity spell. Okay? And they use that promiscuity to try to drown out certain issues from their past. Here's the thing. The reason why the relationships don't work with other people is because we ain't got one with ourselves yet. How are you going to have a relationship with somebody else if you don't like you? If you don't like you, why are you so surprised that they don't like you either? You see? The problem is we don't want to do the work. And because we don't want to do the work, we want to do what? Give the relationship to give that responsibility to somebody else. So I'm an unhappy person. I'm miserable. And I don't want to put up in the time necessary to fix my situation. So I'm going to go date me a sister, and I'm going to make her responsible for me being happy. Y'all see that? I'm going to date her. Your job is to make me feel better. But how can she do for me what I can't do for myself? It's unreasonable to expect somebody else to make you happy. And when they don't make you happy, what do? We blame them for being miserable when we was already miserable before we met them. What's wrong, man? My girl, man, she making my life a living hell. Actually, that's not true. Your life was a living hell before you met her. But you mad at her because you wanted her to just co-sign your issues. But instead of co-signing your issues, she's actually telling you about them. So now you're getting pissed off because I'm not dating you to let me know what I need to fix. I'm dating you to run away from that. You ever date somebody like they get mad at you soon when you tell you, well, you know you need to work on that. Ah! That's not, I'm not dating you to fix me. I didn't ask you that. We just supposed to have a good time. You're supposed to take my mind off of my personal problems. Okay? So that's when you start using a relationship like a drug. And if you keep on reminding them what they need to fix too long, they do what? Drop you off and pick up somebody else. And if that person can't distract them, guess what? They get dropped off.